Hey, hey, my beautiful collective. Welcome to the channel, Ascend With Me Tarot. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to do a general collective reading. I just want to tap into the collective and see what kind of energies we can get a message about today. So only take what fits, leave what does not fit. Remember, he could be she could be he. Put yourself where you go in the story if the story goes, all right? Yeah, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. And for those that are returning, thank you so very much for being here. I love you all so, so much. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. God, Holy Spirit, beautiful archangels, ancestors of the highest white light. What is the energy that you would like to discuss with the collective? What messages do you have for my beautiful Soul Tribe collective? Ask for messages of truth, clarity, healing, confirmation, encouragement, or enlightenment. And I thank you, Father. Thank you. Thank you so much, Holy Spirit, for this opportunity. Archangel Michael, I ask that you please put a white light of divine protection around my energy, the energy of the collective, the energy of this reading, and I thank you. Thank you, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Jamiel. Thank you so much. Ancestors of the highest white light, we love you and we thank you and we honor you. But above all, we honor the Most High and we thank you. Amen. All right, let's see. All right, Spirit, what is the overall energy? I feel good when I can help others. Being of service, collective. Okay. So there could be an energy here that you're helping out, collective, that we're going to be talking about, or there's an energy that's wanting to come in and offer you some sort of help, possibly. Or maybe, you know, there's, tell me about this energy of service, please, Spirit. The energy of service, helping others. Who's in this energy of service? Someone, you know, somebody's in this energy of recognition, okay, so Spirit wants to talk to us about recognizing where we feel good and where we feel like we are of service to one another, collective. What is your niche is what I'm hearing. Okay, what makes you feel good when, you know, maybe collective, you feel good when you're able to help others move forward, right? Maybe you feel good when you're able to travel and be out and about in the community and, you know, getting your hands dirty. I don't know, like Spirit wants to tell you wherever you're of service and, you know, you're going to gain some victory. You're going to gain some recognition and success in that area, in that field of whatever you're doing here. What is this energy of service? Didn't I say you're going to gain success? Look, success. Congratulations, you did it. Time management. So this could be something that you're doing, you know, on the side, right? That you're going to end up making your full-time gig, I'm hearing. So place your priorities at the top of your to-do list and don't allow distractions to deter your focus. So maybe you have been, you know, figuring out how to manage your time, okay? Or you're planning something, collective. You're planning something, you're waiting for the right time to put this plan into action. It could have to do with traveling for some of you guys. Let's see what the Chariot is. Because that's what you're waiting. You could be waiting to travel. If you are traveling or moving, maybe you're moving somewhere, it's going to be very successful for you. What is the Chariot? Yeah, Justice. And the Nine of Cups. Yeah, your life is falling into balance, collective, okay? Your life is whatever you're doing that is of service, not just to yourself, but to the collective, to others. You enjoy doing this. You feel successful, you know, you're getting a lot of recognition for whatever this is, okay? But that's not why you're doing it. You're doing what you're doing because it makes you feel good to help others, right? You like to be of service, but that's the blessing of it all, is that you're getting to be of service, and you're feeding your soul as you're feeding other people by being of service, okay? And that's why you're successful. That's the blessing of it all, I keep hearing. So you are moving into a more balanced time in your life here. You're moving towards a wish fulfillment. Okay, let's see what else we can see here. Where should I go, Spirit? Hold on, guys. Let me look at my decks and see what you're moving towards here. I still want to try to figure out what is your service. I mean, I guess it'll be different since I'm reading for collective. It's whatever makes you feel good, right? It's something you have to manage your life around to be able to like do, but it's like you've managed your time wisely, collective. Okay. I don't feel like this is your full-time job quite yet. It might be, or that's your goal, to make this like your full-time thing. Okay, I feel like the thing that you've been having to work with Spirit on is this time management, and you've done something, you've chosen something wisely here when it comes to time management. So can you tell me more on leadership? You're in a leadership position, collective. Okay, maybe you got a raise in something. You're that take charge kind of person, right? You're taking charge of a situation and it's leading to success. It may have required you to travel. It may have required you to have to, with justice here, maybe you've had to go to court to get some sort of fairness in a situation. Okay, so yeah, you've had to get your freedom from a past situation so that you could manage your time more wisely, so that you can be more creative when it comes to the way you express yourself, and so that you're making healthier choices for self, right? You could be a public speaker. You have a strong public speaking gift here, and that's going to be your career change. Yes. Okay, some of you guys could be oracle card readers, tarot readers. Some of you guys are energetic workers. Some of you guys actually work with children. Okay, you could be teachers, or maybe you work in daycare, or maybe you work, in shelters. I don't know. You work with children. You're guiding children. Some of you guys, you're doing healing work through energetic work, like Reiki. Okay. Some of you guys, you are tarot readers. You're using your gifts of being able to read in order to like help the collective grow and be encouraged and to see, their strengths and their pitfalls, right? So whatever you're doing, you're very successful. You're seen as this person in a leadership position. You have a very strong voice in this world. I don't know if you realize that or not, but you do. Okay, and the more that you express yourself, the more that you express your creativity, the more that you allow yourself to be free in this world, to feel free in this world. Okay, the more that you're making healthier choices for self, the more responsibility Spirit is going to trust you with, right? So it's like a lot of you guys who this will resonate with, you are making some pretty major career changes right now. You're on the right path, right? Maybe you've been questioning, is this safe for me to do? Is this the right path? Or, you wouldn't be in a leadership position if it was an easy path, okay? You don't just fall into a leadership position, right? You have to be tried and tested is what I'm hearing. So during the trials and the tribulations of getting into this position, there's been many times I'm sure that you've questioned yourself where you've had to ask yourself, am I really cut out for this? Is this really like, I know this is what I enjoy doing, but is this my purpose? Am I on the right path? Am I going to have the success that my soul tells me I'm going to have in this, right? It's like you've had to be very patient and faithful in whatever your heart, your soul is leading you into here. And that's part of the being tried and tested on this, okay? Some of you guys some of you guys are multifaceted, right? A lot of you guys, I'm hearing. Maybe you resonate with all three of these career changes, okay? Maybe you can do all three of these. You do Reiki, you're an oracle healer, you work with children, okay? You bring justice and fairness and healthy insight through your voice to the people that Spirit puts in your path, okay? And so they want you to believe in yourself, is what I'm hearing. You're being led towards your wish fulfillment, and I believe your wish fulfillment is to make your spiritual work your career path, is what I'm hearing. And that's exactly what I see is happening for you, but it's going to require you to trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your guidance, trust in where you're being led, okay? A lot of you guys, you've had to move away from harsh energy, harsh situations here from your past, right? You had to take a leap of faith. You had to get in your chariot and you had to leave, energies behind that maybe you never thought you would have to leave behind. People, places, and things that you could have never imagined not being part of your life are actually no longer part of your life, guys. And that's hard, right? But, just like Jesus said, you can't be a prophet can't be a prophet in his own town, right? There's a reason for that. The same thing with you in this leadership position. You were set apart. You are chosen, collective, is what I'm hearing. You're chosen and set apart for this position, but you would never be able to step into that role if you would have stayed where you were born, right? Or where you've had to fight most of these lower energies, these battles, right? You would have been so busy fighting all of these battles for these people that you love and fighting these battles, just to hold on to these people that you would have missed out on stepping into your position. But you didn't do that. You got your freedom, is what you've done. You decided to choose the healthier option here, and you followed your creative passions, whatever that may be. You followed your heart. You followed where you feel like you can be of the most service to the world versus, the world serving you. You understand why we're here, right? We're not here to be served by the world. We're here to be of service to one another, and once we step into that mentality of we're not here to take from the world, but we're here to leave a mark, to leave some love and peace and light and joy, leave some divinity in the world, then things will start to fall into place, right? Your mentality switches, and everything that you gain your blessings, right? You gain blessings along with your position, things that maybe you could have never even imagined to ask for. It's like the divine is going to pour out these blessings on you, collective, because you haven't given up. I feel like maybe some of you guys faltered, or you felt like you faltered, right? And you may have been really harsh on yourself, criticizing yourself. We are our worst critics, is what I'm hearing. But even when you felt like you were faltering, or you were taking a misstep, or you were questioning your journey, and you were questioning, can I continue? Can I go on? Like, it's okay that you were questioning, right? That doesn't mean you failed, because the only thing that would have caused you to fail was if you clung to the past, if you clung to fear, right? And you didn't do that. You had the strength to rise above this, is what I'm seeing. And so Spirit, I guess this message is just coming forward to give you, your accolades, I'm hearing, right? Spirit wants to tell you you've got many options ahead of you here, things that, yes, you've been dreaming about, but you don't know where this is taking you. I think wherever you're going with your path here, you can't, it's unexpected, okay? You can't see what this is all going to turn into exactly. And that's okay. You're just meant to keep following step by step the path of your heart here, the path where you're able to feel good for being able to help those who God puts in your path, right? That's beautiful, actually. Hold on, I'm going to pull another deck. Yeah, nonsense. You look, you could have believed in the nonsense, right? But you got tired of the nonsense of the world, collective. It's time to talk sense. You are the Queen of Hearts. You got tired of this old Betty Queen over here who kept telling you that it's like, look, she looks like little Cinderella, but she's holding the Queen of Hearts card, right? You got tired of whoever this older person here is telling you that you can't do it. Finally, you looked at this person. It could have been, it don't have to be a woman, but you looked at whoever this is and you said, you know what? That's nonsense. It's time to talk sense. And if you don't want to teach me sense, if you didn't want to break the cycles, well, you know what? I'm going to step outside of what you've taught me, of what you've said I can and I can't do, and I'm going to show you that you're wrong. I'm going to show you what's really going on. I'm going to show you a little bit of leadership here. If you failed to lead me, then I'm going to make sure I definitely lead you. So this could be like, you had to forgive your parents. This could be like a parent situation where, the child has become the teacher, okay? And so, yeah, it's like for a long time you listened to everybody else's nonsense that said that you couldn't lead the way, but then you said, no, I will lead the way. It doesn't matter how destitute you guys make me feel I may be or how hard this is going to be, okay? It says be a leader. Show others how it's done. You can help others. And so that's what you're doing. You're not letting them tell you that you can't. Even if you got a great idea and they're like, oh, that's not how it's done in the world. That's not how those things get done. But it's a good way for it to get done. You're gonna lead the way. You were made unique and special with unique and special ideas and attributes that only you could bring into this world. We all have our own unique aspects that we bring into the world. Nobody else can bring that part into the world but you. It was assigned to you, and that's what you're doing. Okay? And it's not going to be like others are used to things being done. But if it was, then, what would be the point? Because obviously you've had to step into a position to take a leadership role where there was a failure of leadership in your own life. So you had to step into this position. It's almost like you didn't ask for this leadership position, but you had no choice but to step into it. It's like it was designed for you, collective. Maybe you're starting to understand that, right? Like this position was always something that you've just walked in. Even when you didn't know you were walking in that leadership energy with your family, your friends, just the people in your path, you always exude this energy. You may not have seen it though until recently. Okay? And I don't think you did. It took you moving away from these energies, these imposter energies I'm hearing, okay? It took you moving away from these energies to recognize who you always have been and the role that you have always walked in. It's coming down to just you accepting and knowing who you are and being willing to lead the way and no longer accepting the nonsense and the conditioning of the world around you, okay? Yeah, and as you do that, that's your wake-up call. You're getting your wake-up call, babe. It's your moment. This is your wake-up call. This is your awakening. Okay? Your awakening is that you are a leader and there's nothing to fear. There's no need to fear. Remember how powerful you are. As you wake up as you go through your awakening and you call back, you remember your spiritual essence, okay? You're going to remember who you are in the spirit realm. You are already this leader, okay? You were put into a family situation here on earth, right? You purposefully were born into a situation where your leadership skills would be tested, right? Where your mental, emotional faculties would be tested. Because in the spiritual, you're this leader, but it's almost like whatever you've chosen to go through, you wanted to. It's like leadership boot camp, but it was like honing your skills that you already possess. You've had many lifetimes in these careers, okay? Many lifetimes. You are very ancient, is what I'm hearing. You're an old, ancient soul. Whoever you are, baby, if you're multifaceted, it's like you can say one day you just picked up oracle cards and you just knew. You don't have to read the book. You just knew what to do with them. It's not because you might be a savant, but it's because you've had many lifetimes doing this, working in divination, energy work. It's like you've walked through the whole world always doing this energy work, but not realizing that that's what it is, that everybody can't see auras, that everybody else doesn't understand what people are thinking or feeling without having to hear them speak, right? Like, you know things, but it's just so ingrained in you that you don't know you're different, or you didn't for a long time. You didn't realize you were different, that this was part of you. And you're waking up to recognize your unique powers here. I'm hearing Joan of Arc when I look at the children's card. I don't know what that's about, but something around Joan. You had a lifetime around Joan of Arc days. Hell, you might have been Joan of Arc herself, baby. But Joan of Arc days where you were guiding something about children here, okay? I'm hearing Lemuria. Okay, so I'm being drawn to my Starseed deck for you, actually, guys. So give me just a minute. We're gonna pull some Starseed energy. Let me pause this real quick so you ain't gotta wait on me. All right, guys. I found the deck I'm wanting to pull from, but as I was getting it out, I opened up to this page, and Spirit wants me to read this. It's called Ancient Star Origins. So I'm gonna read this for the collective. It says mystics, theologians, I can't say that word, but philosophers, scientists, visionaries, saints, poets, and wise elders through the ages have grappled with the difficulty of explaining the mystery of the stars and the part of us that exists beyond our physical world on Earth. You have been at least any one of these things that I just named off: saint, poet, wise elder, philosopher, scientist, visionary, mystic. You're an old soul, baby, and you've had many lifetimes in different parts of these roles, in many different roles, is what Spirit wants me to tell you, okay? We're here as a collective to walk in this revelation of the mystery of creation, the mystery of God, the mystery of the self, okay? And your mission isn't just this lifetime. It's like lifetime upon lifetime builds upon each other, is what they're telling me. But it talks about the part of us that exists beyond our physical world on Earth, the intelligent life force that's breathing us, the pulse that causes the planets to spin and the seasons to come and go, the part of us that remembers and is eternal, which comes in knowing and survives the certainty of the death of the physical body. The intelligent part of us that's connected to the mysterious intelligence of the universe. Some of the world's creation stories are linked to the stars. Ancient Egyptian texts suggest that the gods themselves came from the stars. Osiris from the major constellation Orion, Isis from Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky, and so on. And together they created humanity. The pyramids of Giza, in Egypt, one of the 7 wonders of the world, were built in a precise alignment with the 3 stars in Orion's belt: Mintaka, Anatak, and Anilam. I know I'm not saying that last one right, but that's the 3 stars. It says, on the other side of the earth, the pyramids of the sun, moon, and Quetzalcoatl in the ancient city of, anyways, I can't read those names, basically in modern day Mexico, align with Orion's belt in perfect precision also. And myths say that the gods came to earth in this exact place of cosmic alignment. So it's just basically going through and explaining the different places all over the world where the same thing is lining up, okay? Let me skip ahead. The importance of the stars in sky is revealed in myth and legend too. Celtic star lore whispers of fairies falling to earth. Greek mythology speaks of the creation of star systems such as Taurus, the bull, and references the Pleiades, 2 open star clusters that were noted by many ancient civilizations. Orion in Greek mythology was a hunter associated with the constellation now known by his name, and in Celtic tradition too, Orion was associated with hunting, with the phantom hunter, Hermes. Anyways, I'm not going to go through all that. But anyways, let's see. Okay. So we're going to read the last paragraph. These are questions. Where does the soul originate? How did we end up here? Where do we go when we die? These are some of the greatest questions of all time. When we look at ancient, we can't help but wonder, did the ancients know more about our origins than we do? What did they know about our connection with the stars? And will these mysteries be revealed in our lifetime? And yes, collective, you have a link to these mysteries that I'm reading about, okay? This is what Spirit's telling me. So I want to see, you're waking up, and I want to know, what is your starseed mission? What is this? So you're a star seed, right? You have a unique pattern in you, a unique spark in you. We each do, right? That we're meant to bring into the world to help us all evolve more into the mysteries, right? Towards the revelations of these mysteries, lifetime after lifetime, is what Spirit's telling me. And you're a leader in that. And you have been for many lifetimes. Now that you're waking up, it's like, I don't know, something about you waking up has a lot to do with fear being transmuted in the collective. You waking up is you leading the way. You're leading the way. And as you and others in our collective wake up to their true essence, their starseed missions, we transmute fear into faith, fear into power. The more we remember how powerful we are, that's us of being of service to others. Okay? You're being a service to the whole collective as you wake up and remember your power. As you transmute your fear, you're transmuting the fear for society, is what I'm hearing. Deep cellular healing. That's Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And this is what we've been doing. I know it's what I've been doing, right, collective? This is what we've been going through. This deep cellular healing. And I just opened up to it. It says your body knows how to heal. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. If you're suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and care that you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender care. You may be called to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, which is why we had to leave the past behind, right? I know for me, it was all about my emotional well-being, okay? To call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. Okay, so we're about to pull a few that's going to be step by step, because this was my step. This is the storm. I don't know if y'all have heard my story about the thunderstorm that came, and I felt like I was under spiritual attack, and you know, that was the beginning of this for me, okay? Because I understood what peace that surpassed all understanding meant and felt like after that moment, okay? So I'm starting to think that's like the Arcturians who came in on the divine's behalf, on my behalf, sent that storm, forced me out of the nest, forced me away from, you know, my emotional wounds that I was holding on to for dear life, right? Maybe you experienced this too, right? What's the next step after we overcome the cellular healing? What is the next step? This is the journey of awakening, they're telling me. The blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Let's read it. Y'all take it, listen if you want, but we're going to do some reading today. I need this. And those who have been going through this that are going to resonate, you're going to need this too, I'm sure, right? This is going to help all of us. But let's read the blue flame. So the next step after the cellular, there's the blue flame, okay? So for me, it was a storm that came in and shook up my whole world. It brought in a tower. I felt like I was under spiritual attack. I had to dig deep, okay? I was in dark night of the soul doing my shadow work, and that felt horrible. It felt horrible. I was anxious. I was feeling this heavy energy. My mind was just racing and I had to get a hold of it. I had to find, guys, the way I got through it was I surrendered to the Most High. I prayed, and I did not believe the fear. The fear would try to overtake me, the condemnation, the lies, and I would battle them with the truth, okay? The truth of I am loved, the truth that there is no condemnation, the truth that I am here, I'm special, right? Like I would have to love on myself to get through it, and I would have to surrender to the Most High and allow God to love on me and tell me the truth and not believe the fears. That was me transmuting all of the past fearful energies that I was holding on to, I guess, right? But I'm through that part personally. Thank the Lord. Thank you, Most High God. Now let's see what the blue flame. The blue flame says spontaneous awakening. This is a card of awakening and energetic upgrades. Perhaps you're going through a period of spontaneous awakening, receiving visions and having experiences that are out of the ordinary. Yeah, I thought I was losing my mind for a minute, y'all. But I knew I wasn't, okay? It says, in the West, little is known about the process of spontaneous awakening, and it can feel very scary when we're going through it alone. Yeah, it was. But the reason why I think we had to go through it, I know I'm going to speak on my behalf and tell you my experience, and you know, can resonate or don't. But I think the reason why I had to go through it alone is because the whole point is I had to transmute the fear, right? That's part of my mission. After we wake up, me transmuting my fear, doing my healing was me being of service, not just to myself, but to my lineage, to my collective. Okay, to you guys, to society. It's all part of my mission. It's part of our mission. It's why we're the chosen ones, guys. Because even though we felt like we were alone going through the dark night of the soul, and most of the worldly relationships we've had disappeared, or, you know, we felt abandoned, or we had to walk away from them, whatever, we were never alone. Spirit was with us, surrounding us in this healing blue flame the whole time, okay? Seriously, That's what I'm supposed to tell you, okay? You're never alone, even though you may have thought you were alone. It says elsewhere they can be seen as auspicious experiences, with those going through them being treated with tender care. That was not my experience. God treated me with tender care, but the world was not treating me with tender care, okay? God put me in a bubble where I could isolate and nurture myself and allow my spirit team to nurture me. But actually, I do have a soul tribe around me now who are tender. So, I don't know. Anyways, it says the blue beings are thought to be activating beings with great potential for healing and upgrading our cellular structures. They appear in moments of extreme awakening, activating a physical Kundalini awakening and deep cellular and DNA healing. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier. One second. All right, sorry, I had a knock on the door. Where was I? Okay, so it says they appear in moments when we're going through an extreme awakening, activating the physical Kundalini. Many people glamorize the awakening process. However, in reality, it's much messier and more difficult than most of us believe. We must first let go of what we think we know for sure and how we make sense of the world. This isn't easy. The awakening process, even when it's spontaneous, takes a considerable amount of time to integrate. And awakening without integration can leave us feeling very ungrounded. Yes, that is so true. If you're in the midst of an awakening, the process never ends. Treat this time as deeply sacred and give yourself ample space to ground and integrate the extreme changes that you are going through. Okay, and here's a mantra you can say to yourself if you are struggling, because I know how hard this part is, you guys. Seriously, I know it's hard. It says, I allow myself to surrender to the awakening process that's right for me. I take things slowly and integrate my experience each and every day. Okay? So we got deep cellular healing to the blue flame. What's the next step, Spirit? The next step is the big picture thinking. Yes, that's when your perspectives are able to change and you come out of like the fear of the spiritual battle, the fear of spiritual attack, the fear of the indoctrinations, right? It's like you come out of this part of it. Remember, the awakening never ends. Once you start awakening, you're just going to keep progressing through the awakening, right? Your soul's going to keep growing and molding and awakening more and more. But after you integrate the experience and you come out of the fear of it all, you're no longer concerned about the spiritual battle and you're giving your power away to any type of lower based demonic energies, because yes, those things do exist, but they can't hurt you, collective. Okay, they can mess with your mind, they can try to confuse you on what's really going on with you, but the truth, if you remember the truth of your divinity, then you're going to remember that those were all lies. Remember I told you how I nurtured myself and I didn't believe the lies? Doesn't mean I didn't experience the anxiety and the fear didn't come upon me, but I battled it with the truth, with that knowingness that, I come from peace and love and light. Okay, so once you integrate all the things that are untrue, all the fear, you're transmuting that stuff. You gain your truer perspective. You gain the bigger picture perspective, right? You're able to look back and understand what you have just gone through. You're able to put the pieces together. And so the next step is the big picture thinking, and that's Pleiadian energy, visionary and inspired ideas. Okay, let's see if I can find that one. I'm going to read just maybe, I think, one more after this one, and then I'll be done with this part. Big picture ideas. Hold on, let me find it. I don't know why they don't have numbers on this deck. I love this deck, but that's why I don't use it much, because I like to read out of the book too, but it's hard to... Oh, there, I found it. Unless I open right up to it, it's hard to find. Okay. Big picture thinking. The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future, here to birth a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for the planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you're being called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that it's divinely guided. Before I continue reading, let me just say that's why when we're under like spiritual attack, or that, it is all part of our awakening, but that's why the negative force will come after your mind and your emotions, you guys. Okay? Because that's where your power lies, in a balanced heart and a balanced mind, and in the truth. The truth of your safety, the truth of the divine, okay? The truth that your mind is the most powerful tool, and it can literally change worlds. Your emotions are powerful tools because they can change minds. You know what I'm saying there? So that's why when we're in these spiritual battles, some people, especially if they're not prepared, aren't strong enough to understand what's going on, and they might be labeled schizophrenic even, right? When they're going through a spiritual awakening. I'm not saying schizophrenia is not a real mental illness. I'm just saying like it can be misconstrued as that, right? Because they don't have the information of what they're going through. And so we are here, collective. We need to speak our stories. We need to encourage one another and talk about our experiences without feeling ashamed or feeling like, oh my gosh, I had a moment of craziness. No, you weren't crazy either. You're going through an awakening, and we have to tell each other about this stuff so that more and more people will understand what they're going through too. No one told me what I was going through. God walked me through it. But it was scary. Back here, when this first started, oh my gosh, it was scary. Okay? I literally said, but I felt like I went toe-to-toe with the devil himself, and I probably did. I know I did. But the thing is, that devil never had power over me, not once, not really, but the illusion from the fear made me scared as hell. I was scared. But I got through it. And Spirit, thank goodness for my spiritual connection, because Spirit talked me through it. My ancestors, my guides, my connection with my guides comforted me. My connection with God comforted me and explained to me, that what I was going through, even if I didn't completely understand it, right? So collective, that's us taking a leadership role. We have to get out here and stop painting the picture that these awakenings are butterflies and rainbows and cherry blossoms all the time, because it's got its beautiful moments, but what about those hard moments that nobody ever really talked about before, right? When I first started my journey of awakening, my mind was not what it is. What I had pictured what my awakening and what being on this journey was going to be like is not exactly the experience I've had. I was not prepared. So we've got to prepare one another by speaking our experience without feeling shameful or without feeling like we're crazy or that it doesn't matter to others. Because one thing I will tell you is I've had so many people personally, like behind the scenes, privately, that I've had conversations with, that I have talked through their process, okay? And all it takes is a little encouragement, a little bit of clarity of trying to help them make sense of what it is they're seeing, what it is they're experiencing. Right? I wish I had someone doing that for me, because I really was solo dolo, and a lot of us was, collective. If you're leading the way, you were, right? But that doesn't mean that's why you're in the leadership position, okay? You are leading the way, yes, but what you've gained, your experience, puts you in the leadership position for those who you're going to explain, you're going to guide through the situation, you're going to help guide us all through through the process with that, with less fear, with less misunderstanding, less, you know, spiritual battle, right? Because that's what it felt like. It was spiritual battle. It felt like spiritual battle. It felt like spiritual attacks. And I'm sure, you know, that's a part of it. Okay, these lower energies, these negative energies, of course they don't want us all waking up to our positive energy. It's a negative and a positive force. There's forces in this world, guys. There's negative forces, there's positive forces. And there really is a war going on between those forces of which force is going to run the planet. We are here to fight for the positive force. We're here to see the negative, experience the negative, and transmute it to the positive, to explain what it is to those who are misunderstanding, right? To remind each other of our power that we all have over the negative forces. Those negative forces only have as much power as we give them through fear, as we give them through lack of knowledge, lack of commitment, lack of understanding, right? So this is what my collective, this is what we're here to help be of service in, okay? That's what I need to tell y'all right now. If you're resonating with what we're talking about here, you're gonna get this. You get it. I know you do. Okay? But this says the Pleiadians support us in this important stage in Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader of the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust that vision and follow it through with daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open and try not to worry about what others think, for it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. Wow, y'all, I got goosebumps right now. I really do, guys. This is why you are who you are. This is like, do you know collective? Do you know like how needed you are, how beautiful, how special you are? This, not just this life's work, but remember the awakening process. This isn't your first time to wake up, okay? It's a process. You're already a leader in these seeds that have been planted lifetime after lifetime. It's like the earth is evolving lifetime after lifetime, and you've already put in a lot of soul work to get to where we are right now. So of course it's going to get harder the closer we get to the victory, the closer we get to the finish line of creating this utopia, creating the world as what the divine says can be ours. But we have to be the co-creators with the divine. And the main trick in this lifetime is to transmute fear, not to believe the fear. Why do you think we have so many things outside of ourselves always bombarding us with fear tactics? Anything from the news to worrying about what we're eating to, it's fear, it's worry, it's anxiety, and it's coming at us from all these different directions. We have kids that are on freaking anxiety medicine in kindergarten nowadays. Why? We can change that. And that's what we're doing as a collective by transmuting this for ourselves, waking up to the truth of what's really going on in the world spiritually and as a collective, gaining the wisdom, the knowledge, and the voice to bring wisdom and knowledge to not just ourselves, but to others. That's us winning the battle. That's us accomplishing. All paths lead home, okay? That's us accomplishing what we set out to accomplish whatever lifetime ago we started this, okay? And all paths do lead home. That says inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. Wow. I'm going to read that one and then I'm going to probably get off here. All paths lead home. We're going to end it on this one because that's a good one to end it on. This is home, guys. You're always home. So the inner world is the world you're going to create outside of yourselves. Remember that. That's why it's so important to have peace. That's why it's so important to heal and to have a connection with divinity, to have a connection with your higher power, to have a connection with your ancestors, to have a connection with one another, but a connection that's built on love and trust and forgiveness, a freedom of knowledge, freedom to seek knowledge without the conditionings of the past that held us and controlled us through fear. Because all paths do lead home. It's normal to look to the external world for answers and guidance. What's revolutionary is turning your gaze inward. You're being called to source your guidance from within, to study the terrain of your inner landscape, to develop a reliable relationship with your soul. The more time you spend connecting with your soul, the deeper the connection will become. The challenge for empaths is staying connected without cutting off from the world. That's that balance, right? The best way to do this is to develop a daily practice that helps you to keep checking in, to draw on the wisdom within and let that be the authority in your life. If this card appears, you may be called to develop or switch up your spiritual practice, to get in the habit of turning your gaze within, getting centered for the day before consuming anything from the outside world, to start from a feeling of at-homeness, and throughout each day to find simple ways to keep coming home, which is basically peacefulness, right? This doesn't mean switching off from the realities of today's world. We need as many conscious people as possible living with their eyes wide open. Rather, it's a call to start your day from a place of connectedness, grace, and devotion. So when you go out into the world and when you let the world in, you do it from an unshakable state of being, a place of faith. A state where you draw your strength, authority, and guidance from a place deep, deep within. And that's where divinity is. Divinity is a seed within each one of us. And it's a unique seed that we are here as seed planters to bring into the world. It's bringing us as through this evolution, through this revelation of the mysteries. We worked so hard to get to this point in the evolutionary history of humanity collective. And so this is a very glorious, very, very celebratory time to be here. But remember, it truly is it is a spiritual battle. It's a battle between negative and positive forces, though, okay? So it's as a leader of our, not just ourselves, but a leader of the children to come, right? We're guiding children and we're building a world for the children. We have to be the ones who lead the way and change the way people relate to their inner worlds, how they view their consciousness, how they view their spiritual awakenings. We have to plant seeds and wisdom and peace and truth in this world collective, and we have to give each other strength and encouragement through love and forgiveness. We have to stop battling one another on the outside and truly gain the wisdom from within ourselves that's gonna bring us to the finish line, to the victory. Okay? All paths lead home. What do you want your home to look like? Do you want it to be what all the negative energies have been foretelling is it gonna be? Well, how's that been working out for us so far? Power struggles, hunger, murder, it's lower look, the lower energies, they've had their day in the sun. Now it's our time collective. And the reason it's our time, it's the positive forces time, is because we woke up. And we're not gonna go. We're not gonna back down. We're not gonna let them throw negative energy our way and shut us up, make us afraid, make us not know the truth anymore. Their tactics are no longer working on the collective. Doesn't mean it's gonna be easy for us, collective, but we will be protected and we will be guided every step of the way. We just have to walk by faith, by strength, by wisdom, by love and grace and power. We have to tap into the divine's light and seed it. Okay? So, anyways, I don't even know what to say at this point, y'all. This has answered so much for me personally that I've been struggling with, and it just makes so much sense to me now. And I hope that, you guys have been able to gain from this too. I love you so much.